How to identify oath and rule-breaking United States lawyers. Welcome back to How to Legal. The more you learn about the U.S. justice system, the more you will appreciate, respect, and admire the ethical officers of the court, the judges, lawyers, clerks and police officers who live by their oaths, and stand firm against corruption. Today I'll show you where you can find the oaths and rules U.S. lawyers take and must follow, according to the rules and their oaths. If you know where to find the rules and oaths, you can debunk fake news against ethical, honorable lawyers, and see which lawyers are not. These are the lawyers who don't live by their oaths, or follow the rules. This way you will not be deceived by fake news, act on it, storm the U.S. Capitol, and end up in prison or something. In this episode we will learn, 1. What it takes to become a lawyer. 2. Where to find the oaths lawyers take when they are admitted to the bar. 3. Review 2 oaths from 2 states so you can see the differences. 4. Show you how to identify oath-breaking lawyers. 5. Show you where to find the professional rules of model conduct governing U.S. attorneys, and 6. Show you how to identify the rule-breaking lawyers. Okay. Let's get to it. First, what does it take to become a lawyer? Here we turn to Cornell Law School's Legal Information Institute to find out. Bar admissions, an overview. The general requirements for admission to the bar are similar throughout the 50 states. An applicant must have good moral character, be resident, or employed, in the state, have graduated from an accredited/certified law school, and pass a bar examination. Upon admission to the bar, an attorney normally must take an oath declaring his or her obligations to the court, state, and country as an officer of the court, register with the court, and receive a license to practice. Source: Cornell Law School Legal Information Institute. While the oaths lawyers take are similar, state to state, there are some differences. In some states, for example, the oaths are very specific, while others are more generally defined. To demonstrate, we'll look at the oaths in Alabama and Alaska. Let's start with the oath taken in Alabama. It reads as follows. Alabama, I do solemnly swear, or affirm, that I will demean myself as an attorney, according to the best of my learning and ability, and with all good fidelity, as well to the court as to the client, that I will use no falsehood or delay any person's cause for lucre or malice, and I will support the Constitution of the State of Alabama and of the United States, so long as I continue a citizen, or legal resident, thereof, so help me God. Source: Oaths of Admission in all 50 states. Judge Margaret Robb of the Indiana Court of Appeals. Next, following is the oath taken by lawyers in Alaska. As you will see, it is longer and more specific. Alaska. I do affirm, I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Alaska. I will adhere to the rules of professional conduct in my deals with clients, judicial officers, attorneys, and all other persons. I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain any proceedings that I believe are taken in bad faith, or any defense that I do not believe is honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will maintain the confidences and preserve inviolate the secrets of my client, and will not accept compensation in connection with my client's business from my client, or with my client's knowledge or approval. I will be candid, fair, and courteous before the court and with other attorneys, and will advance no fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness, unless I am required to do so in order to obtain justice for my client. I will uphold the honor and maintain the dignity of the profession, and will strive to improve both the law and the administration of justice. Source: Oath of Admission in all 50 states, Judge Margaret Robb of the Indiana Court of Appeals. Now that you know how to find the oaths, you can identify the oath-breaking lawyers. Oath-breaking lawyers show you they are oath breakers when they engage in conduct that is contradictory to their oath. To identify oath-breaking lawyers, let's use the Alabama oath as an example, so you know what to look for if you are concerned about the integrity of a case, because of politics or for whatever reason. First, flip the oath, essentially reverse it. When you flip the oath, according to the lawyer's oath, among the unlawful conduct you might see an attorney do is file falsehoods in their legal briefs, make false statements in court and or to a third party, drag out a court case that could have been resolved a long time ago, for lucre. Lucre is money gained in sordid and dishonorable ways. Drag out a case for malicious reasons. File repetitious and frivolous motions. Violate any of the model rules of professional conduct. Violate and fail to uphold the Constitution of the State of Alabama, and the United States Constitution. Where do you find the state constitutions? You can find the different state constitutions by going to Google. Simply Google the name of the state and constitution, and start reading from there. To demonstrate, I did a search. I found the Alabama Constitution in many places, including at U.S.C. U.S. law. At Section 80 I learned at Section 80. Any person who shall, directly or indirectly, offer, give, or promise any money, or thing of value, testimonial, privilege, or personal advantage, to any executive or judicial officer or member of the legislature, to influence him in the performance of any of his public or official duties, shall be guilty of bribery, and be punished in such manner as may be provided by law. Source: Alabama Constitution. So, based on Section 80, in Alabama, a lawyer who pays off a judge in any shape or form, to throw a case in favor of their client, is an oath-breaking lawyer. Oath-breaking lawyers can lead to oath-breaking judges. Like this judge, former Judge Rodolfo Delgado. This former Texas judge reportedly took bribes hidden in beer boxes, and was sentenced to serve 5 years in prison. Yes. A U.S. judge took bribes hidden in beer boxes. Next, where do you find the model rules of professional conduct, for attorneys? You can find the model rules of professional conduct, at the American Bar Association's website. Remember, like the oaths, the rules governing lawyers, state to state, may slightly differ to the American Bar Association's, ABA, rules. So if you are following a specific case or lawyer, read the ABA's rules and the rules in that jurisdiction. You can find the local rules for lawyers at the court's website. Okay, moving forward. Now, let's look at how to identify rule-breaking lawyers. Based on the model rules. To demonstrate, we'll essentially flip one of the ABA's rules to find out what to look for. In this example, we'll look at Rule 1.6, B2, Confidentiality of Information. It says, Client-lawyer relationship. B. A lawyer may reveal information relating to the representation of a client to the extent the lawyer reasonably believes necessary. 2. To prevent the client from committing a crime or fraud that is reasonably certain to result in substantial injury to the financial interests or property of another, and in furtherance of which the client has used or is using the lawyer's services. Source: American Bar Association. Thus, by essentially flipping this rule, by reversing it, we learn that a rule-breaking lawyer is a lawyer who failed to prevent their client from committing a crime or fraud that is reasonably certain to result in substantial injury to the financial interests or property of another, in an apparent attempt to win at any cost. Winning by thwarting due justice against a party seeking relief and redress, by violating this rule and the attorney's oath. And so on. What kind of society do you want to live in? If you want to live in a society with an independent justice system with integrity, and help preserve democracy, you can keep doing this with all of the rules governing attorneys. Look up the rule and essentially flip it, so you can recognize misconduct if it occurs. The integrity of the justice system cannot survive if officers of the court can violate their oaths and break rules with impunity. So, it's in everyone's best interest that all the oath breakers are identified and held to account. Conversely, when you know the oaths and rules, you can identify the officers of the court, who live by their oaths and have confidence in that proceeding. The more you learn about the legal system, the more you will appreciate, admire, and respect the ethical, honorable lawyers. The lawyers who live by their oaths. The lawyers who follow the rules. The lawyers who stand firm against corruption. Let's wrap this up. I hope you have found this information to be helpful and empowering, as you learn more about the U.S. justice system. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, and access the legal resources and cases cited in this episode, please go to the article in the description box below. Also, please check out Altered Exhibits and Pleadings How to Legal, in the description box to learn the difference between good faith versus bad faith mistakes, and lawful versus unlawful mistakes, according to court cases. If you have received value from this episode, please subscribe and hit the like button for YouTube's algorithm, so more people can learn about the U.S. legal system, and take advantage and benefit from the good side of the internet. I hope to see you here again soon. Thank you for watching.